Hi. I see this dog every day, and it just has it really takes its toll on my heart, because the dog is so lonely and left for hours and hours and hours on his own. I know by him he's underfed, his coat is really bad. He's such a sweet dog. When I'm up in that part of the neighbourhood, I go to the gate and I pet him, and I try to stimulate him as much as I can and talk to him, and sometimes I bring him treats and things and feed them through the gate to him, just to let him know that there are people out there who do love and care about him. But I have to say, animal cruelty, animal neglect, any way a living sentient being is left to rot, left without interaction, engagement, love, affection, care, food, proper shelter. It really, really disturbs me and upsets me. And it was even hard for me to set up this video to talk about this, because it's a mixture of, I feel a mixture of anger, frustration, and also a great sadness. A sense of defeat, because I feel powerless to help that dog and the many other animals that I've seen mistreated throughout my lifetime. And being vegan, I feel I'm doing as much, well, I'm playing a good strong part in being a compassionate soul, but I just don't understand why have an animal, especially a dog that is a pack animal, is a social animal, social being that needs its family, its tribe, its pack around it. Why bother getting and having a dog if there is just no love, no time, no energy for that animal? Why? It's like people get dogs for props, they see them as security, as a bodyguard, as a house alarm. And it really pisses me off, because that beautiful, innocent soul is so abused and so invisible, so unrecognized for its intelligence, its beauty, its contribution to the world, its lessons of unconditional love. It breaks my heart, because I can't save him. I can't. There's such a frustration, a sense of defeat, that I can't, it's like everything in me just wants to tear down the gate and rescue him. And I know that even if I did that, I can't rescue all the neglected pets and animals in the world. And it really, it's since I was a child, I've had this passion for animal welfare. I just, how can you look into your cat or dog's eyes and not see their soul, and not see their radiance, their incredible mastery of being? I just don't get how those people who see that pet, see that dog every day, can look into his beautiful big brown eyes and not recognize him for the beauty and expression of God that he is. I remember one time I had a neighbour who had a beautiful golden retriever dog, and the dog, like that again, was left for hours and hours and hours, never brought inside. In the depths of winter with snow, was left out in the freezing cold, you know, fed crappy dry food that, you know, like very underfed. And again, I used to squeeze my head out the window and try to talk to him, and just his eyes would light up and his tail would go, and it was like, oh, somebody sees me, somebody acknowledges that I exist. And I used to cry, I used to bawl my eyes out looking at that dog, and I couldn't take it. It went on for like, I saw it for a few days, and I just couldn't get this dog out of my mind. I felt trapped looking at the dog. And I just went into the house one evening, I knocked on the door. It took a lot of courage to do it, and I said, can I walk your dog? I didn't judge them, I didn't give them a story, I just was like, you know, I know you've been at work all day, I'd love to walk your dog. It's a beautiful dog, I'd love to walk him. And they were like, sure, that'd be great, because, you know, we're tired, we don't. And they were lovely, don't get me wrong, they were lovely people. But I still couldn't get, where was the disconnect with, they were lovely to me, but why couldn't they be lovely to their dog? Like, what was the point in having him? He's just left there, like, no hugs, no interaction or anything. So I walked that dog, and I walked the legs off that dog. I brought him everywhere. I brought him to the huge big parks, and I'd give him treats, and he loved to hear me come, and he used to nearly jump. It's a big, gorgeous, sweet, sweet dog. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this video. I just wanted to share on behalf of the animal, the pain of neglect and abuse. Doesn't have to be that they're hitting the dog or anything like that. Like, if you left a child for hours and hours on their own, that's neglect, that's abuse, you know. It's really bad. Like, nothing worse than to just feel that you're ignored, that you don't exist, that nobody cares enough to actually invest their time and energy into you. And I think what will happen is, in those situations, that, you know, that dog will probably just get really sick, because his soul will say, why bother being here? You know, I don't get to interact with anybody. So anyway, I'd love to hear if you have any stories about dogs you've rescued or cats you've rescued. I love cats too. Or, you know, just uplifting, joyful stories that will kind of uplift my heart and renew my belief in the human race when it comes to animals again. So that would be lovely. So yeah, put in the comments below. Please like this video, and yeah, I think we need to bring awareness to this issue, and it just needs to be talked about, that it should not be tolerated that an animal, if that was a human being, we'd all be in an uproar, you know, we'd all be devastated. Why is it okay for animals to be mistreated like that? Why is that accepted, you know? So I just want to say it shouldn't be accepted, and it shouldn't be tolerated. And I don't know, yeah, share your ideas on this topic. I'd love to hear how you feel and what you think on this. Thank you.